Really?
No.
I was going to say, I was surprised at that. Arne, we just had a chat with Ryan, and he spoke about his dad's been telling him to shoot more. What have you been telling him?
Hopefully other dads say the same then against other players. What did I tell him? Nothing specific. I didn't tell him to shoot more, but he's been in and around the box a few times more now. But the main thing he needs to do, of course, is set up our attacks and organize the rest defense. But once in a while he can be a help offensively also, and that's what he's done a few times already this season. And yeah, this weekend he had a little bit of luck because it was a deflection. Because if Ryan has to shoot with his left, I wonder if his dad tells him to shoot with his left. But the deflection meant that it led to a goal.
What update can you give us at the moment on Isak, Frimpong and Alisson and their respective recoveries?
That they're all three not available for tomorrow.
Any timescale as yet?
Jeremy and Alisson will both also be not available for Sunday. And with Alex, we have to wait and see. Definitely not starting on Sunday, but Sunday, yeah. But maybe he can be involved in the squad, but he's still not training with the team, so we have to wait and see.
After the win over Villa, how pivotal a moment could this be in the season, do you think? Obviously with Real Madrid to come and a place in the top 8 at stake, but also the fact that you've got Manchester City, and whether that comes into any of your thinking ahead of this game against Real Madrid?
No, the Sunday game is not in my thinking when it comes to the lineup for tomorrow, because there are, I think, 4 days in between where we've had a lot of moments this season where there were only 2 days in between, like tomorrow, but that is maybe for the first time this season. For the opponent we face, it's the same. So many other times when we only had 2 days rest, we faced a team that had a week rest or 3 days rest or 4 days rest. So for tomorrow, that's exactly the same for both teams. So the lineup for tomorrow will have nothing to do with what happens on Sunday. The good thing is that we won on Saturday, but yeah, that was about time, I would say, for us to start winning a game of football again.
And obviously it could be Trent's first return to Anfield. I just wonder, I mean, Ryan said that he's going to give him a hug. What kind of reception will he get from yourself, and what kind of reception do you hope that Anfield gives Trent as well?
No, I can only tell you what kind of reception he gets from me. I have great memories on the player and on the human being. He was our vice captain. He was my vice captain last season. I have memories working with him who were only positive. And I have memories when I was watching him in front of the television, which are only positive as well. I can remember multiple great moments of him wearing the Liverpool shirt. So he will get a warm welcome by me. And let's first wait and see if he's on the pitch tomorrow and how our fans will react. I have no clue how that's going to be. But he gets a warm welcome from me, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Hi Arne, Juan Jaume for Flash Score. Of course it has been a very tough period for the club and the team. I would like to ask you if you could send a message to the Liverpool fans after all the defeats in the last weeks and the win against Aston Villa last Saturday. It would be a message of hope, it would be a message of patience, it would be an apology. What would you like to say to the Liverpool fans? Thank you.
You already gave a lot of answers in your question, but I can say to them, show up tomorrow and help us again like you did Saturday. So they were a big help for the team. And again, tomorrow we face a team that is on a great run of form, like Villa was as well. And then it's always very pleasant to play at home, because in the run of form we had, we almost only played away games. Yeah, I think Anfield showed Saturday how important they can be for the team. So let's hope the players and the team and the fans can do the same tomorrow evening. Rich.
Hi Arne, you've got the same 2 fixtures back to back as you had last season with Real and Manchester City. I mean, you obviously won them both last year. Is it a kind of test for where you are as a team now to have those 2 games again?
every game we play is a test, especially because we are a new team. It's not the same because last season we played them both at home, and now one of them is away. It's not the same because last season we faced Real Madrid, who had many injuries, and now they haven't. It's not the same because last season we were a different team than we are now. We're with them. When now all the injuries are back, they have the same squad and added a few. And City made a few changes like us as well. So, but every game we play at this moment of time, oh, by the way, every single time is always a test to see where we are. And that was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and that's this week the same.
Hola Arne, aquí José Padilla, de Defensa Central, en español. El otro día dijo una leyenda.
The other day, a legend, Steven Gerrard, said that you need to wait because Liverpool will win this game against Real Madrid. Does that not put more pressure on the team, given how important and how big a team Real Madrid are in Europe? Steven Gerrard's comments that he said that they expect, be patient, we can expect Liverpool to beat Real Madrid. That's what he says.
I always find it really hard to react on if you say what someone else said, because it wouldn't be the first time in my life if someone changes a few words. This has happened by me a lot of times when media goes to different managers and then say something what I supposed to have said. So I don't know what Steven exactly said. He's a big fan of Liverpool, he's a big fan of the current team, and he wants us to win, but I have no clue what he exactly said. To what you are saying, yes, we are facing a very good team that has been so successful in Europe for so many years and are so successful again this season. We have a great team, a great manager and great individual players. So we respect the opponent a lot. Like Steven Gerrard does, I'm no 100% sure that he rates Real Madrid very high as well. But he also rates Liverpool very high. And I'm not going to comment on what you said, he said, because I'm not 100% sure if that is exactly what he said.
There's in front.
Hola, entrenador, en español.
Can I ask you, what principal changes have you seen in Real Madrid this season, based on the version that you saw last season, the team that they were last season, and what you expect to find tomorrow on the pitch?
For me, it's hard to compare them this game with last season. I just said it already, because last season when they played here, they had many injuries. And now they haven't, and they kept a lot of the team the same. I see a lot of similarities between last season. Xabi is doing an incredible job at Madrid, but Carlo Ancelotti did the same. He won a lot. They've added a few new players, so that can always influence playing style maybe a little, but I saw last season a very good Real Madrid, and I see that now as well. So they've always been in this competition a big force. I think 15 times semi-finals in the last. I don't even know how many semi-finals or more they've played in the last few years. So very good team, but we are a very good team as well.
Hola Arne, en español. Aquí Nico Díaz Menéndez para Televisión Española.
I wanted to ask you about how has Xabi Alonso got his most talented strikers, forward players to defend as well? And what about his legacy here as well, Xabi Alonso? And what type of legacy do you think Xabi Alonso has left here at Liverpool?
The first question you shouldn't ask me, you should ask him, because I don't know what he did. And like I said, they were, for multiple years with Carlo Ancelotti, very successful. You can tell me, but how many Champions League did Carlo won over there? At Madrid? Four. That's not too bad. We can only talk with a lot of respect about his period over there. And Xabi now does very well. They only lost one game, won the rest. So the second question was what kind of impact he had over here. Yeah, he won the Champions League over here, and I can only tell you, because his playing time is quite a long time ago, but I did watch football back then, that he's been very influential in the way he played. But people like Tony, who's sitting next to me, are also very positive about the human being he was over here. So I think everybody talks with a lot of respect about the player he was, but also about the human being he was here in Liverpool.
Hi Arne. We've seen Dominic Szoboszlai excel in plenty of positions this season, but on Saturday against Aston Villa, we saw what he can really bring to that number 10 position. He was dropping deep and helping with the build-up, but also helping in attack, getting shots off and leading the press. I wondered, what's the key to being able to keep those qualities within the team when Florian Wirtz is playing as a number 10?
How to keep, sorry, the last?
How to keep those qualities of pressing, of helping with the build-up, but also affecting the attacking game once Florian Wirtz is playing in 10?
But then he plays in a different position. If Florian plays, then he plays in a different position, and he can bring all the things you just said in that other position. Yeah, it may be a bit different if you are playing at 10 or at 8 or at a right fullback, but he's, like you said, I think, has been very influential in every game we've played, in every position I've played him. So every game, maybe, how do I say this? Ask different things from a number 10 or from a number 2 or from a number 8, depends on the playing style of the opponent. How important is pressing in a game? I think it was a bit more important against Villa than all the other home games we've played, pressing. But I need to be really careful which words I use. But yeah, he indeed, I agree with you that he played a good game against Villa. Yeah.
Just on Florian, obviously he's in the league, I think it's 3 of the last 4 he's started on the bench and come on as a substitute, but it feels like this competition has been where he's maybe played his best football this season. How important is it for him to get a run of games in the Champions League as he sort of tries to find his feet at Liverpool?
Yeah, but you can say he started 1 out of the last 4. You can also say he started already 8, 9, 10, 11 games this season. So I've said this quite a lot, not being used as an excuse, but just tell how it is, that many times we've had to play 3 games in 7 days, or only 2 days rest in between, for a player that comes from a different league, which is a very good league, by the way. But I think 9 or 10 people would agree on the fact that the Premier League is a bit more intense, especially in all the games. In the top games are similar, but in all the games. So yeah, then if you look at that, then he already played a lot, and he's had his impact in many games, but has been unlucky with the end product, either by himself or by his teammates. But for me, he exactly brought what we expected, a player that can create a lot for the team, will have his goals as well. But I don't think it comes to a surprise to anyone that if you're 22, 23, you come from a different league, that you might need some time to adjust to that intensity if you play every 3 days, with only 2 days rest in between. I think before I was sitting at Ryan Glaven, I was sitting here, and it took him a while to adjust to the intensity, maybe even longer than it's going to take Florian.
Dus, it's on 2 more dus.
Last season in this fixture, Conor Bradley had one of his best games, I thought at least, of the season. What have you made of his progress since you've been in charge of him, and what more would you ask from him as he steps up his development?
Stay fit, because he played very good in that game. Unfortunately for 80 minutes, and then he went out with an hamstring injury. So that has been his biggest challenge till now. Now, we were just talking about Florian. We could put maybe the same on Con. Be able to play every 3 days on this intensity without getting injured, and that's not been easy for him because he missed a big part of pre-season. And he's been unlucky maybe by the fact that when I started him, a few times we were 1-0 down, And then I thought I had to make an offensive substitution, so I brought Dominic to the fullback position. But when we were a goal up, he played 90 minutes, and that was against Everton, and that was this Saturday. So I think he's progressing, he's getting fitter and fitter. He's showing the potential he has. But the main thing for him will be being able to play every 3 days without getting injured, and then I'm sure, like Florian and like all the others we have who are adjusting at this moment of time to the program, to the fixture list, that all of them will be fine. Because we have unbelievable talent in this group.
Last one here.
¿Qué tal, entrenador? En español, José Luis Allegue de Marca. Quería preguntarle por...
Can I ask you about Vinicius? I don't know if you had the chance to see the Clásico, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Vinicius went off the field in such an important game. As a manager, what did you think of his attitude? And what do you think of Vinicius as a player who scored 5 goals against Liverpool in the past?
If I think about El Clásico, that's not the first thing that comes up to my mind, how his reaction was after he got substituted. It was a fantastic game to watch, with 2 teams that were very strong, with individuals that were very special. And he had a few great moments. I think it was already after 2 minutes where he went one-on-one and was... the referee awarded a penalty which the VAR overturned, but that is one of the things where we have to be aware of. He's lightning fast. His one-on-one, he's very, very, very special. Can take on 2, 3, 4 players. Against Juve, the game they won 1-0. I think he was underloaded in a 5-against-1. There were 5 defenders very close around him, but he was able to still find a position to get his shot off, hit the post, and the rebound went in. So I think we're not the only team that he played against there, where he scored against, because he's an unbelievable individual for Real Madrid as long as he's played there.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.